Welcome back to Popping Culture Podcast, episode 30. I'm Jay.
I'm Adrian.
I say welcome back because if you notice, we weren't here last week.
It's almost as if we weren't here, but nothing was here. All of our audio gear was probably gone. Our lights may have been gone.
It's possible that all of the things that are in this already empty warehouse in a nondescript location disappeared.
Where do you think they would have all gone, buddy?
I don't know. But I mean, it worked out great because, we had a busy weekend, so it gave us...
So busy.
So busy. My hand still isn't back to a normal non-mouse shape.
For those of you who are wondering, we essentially had our Vietnam this weekend, and let's drink away our problems.
Yes, please.
With a new beer from Ninkasi. It's called Big Bot. Big Bot Pale Ale, which is brewed by Ninkasi and Emerald City Comic Con. I feel like that was recent.
I feel like that was almost like this past weekend.
Oh, that is possible. That is very, very possible. For those of you who may have remembered, last podcast,
2 weeks ago,
Jay and I recorded from my office on a tablet because we were in a rush to go to a beer launch party. Guess what beer party we were going to? That's right, Big Bot. So we figured we might as well talk about it on air for everybody to see what we thought.
Yeah, so obviously the reaction you will see us having when we drink this won't be our, oh my god, this is my first time ever having this. But we'll still talk about it.
Oh, we'll absolutely still talk about it because it's a delicious beer.
It is.
And for the sake of equality, look at this. I'm going to give you the last little hit.
Okay. All
right.
So you'll notice that this is more of a golden colored beer. For those of you that are watching, obviously, those of you listening will not see the color of this beer.
So let's read the description for you. With a great balance of earthy hops and caramel malts, this pale ale is all you need to battle giant monsters or any other foes that come your way. Bring your inner hero with this metahuman brew.
Okay.
Cheers. Delicious.
It is. Now, here's something that I like to think of. When we had it at the launch party, it was on draft.
Yes.
This is bottled.
Correct.
Do you notice the difference?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which do you prefer?
Draft.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Always draft.
It's still good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's still delicious, and I will finish the case that's in my office. Because I'm not a quitter, folks.
Right.
But absolutely better on draft.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you didn't go to the launch party and you don't find it on draft right now, you're probably never going to. I don't know that there's anywhere that still has it on draft. I'm sure most of that kicked.
Yeah, they only did a limited run in keg form. It was all around Emerald City Comic Con. They had it at their beer garden.
Right.
Had it at a couple other locations in the Seattle area. But yeah, now that it's over, once those kegs are kicked. It'll probably be like Flying Monkey, which was Emerald City's beer 2 years ago.
Which I still see in stores.
And it's still delicious.
Yes.
I have a feeling Big Bot's going to be the same way. They're still hopefully going to release it in bottle form. If not, like I said, we have a case to work through. We already have some more beers for the next week.
Has our new shipment showed up?
Our new shipment has not showed up yet. It's supposed to come in next week.
Okay.
Thanks to Frugal Brutal, who is supplying us with 3 months supply of beer. So as far as beer is concerned, we're kind of set.
Yeah.
And yet we still had more beer, not on air. Do you want to hit on your Mole beer real fast?
Oh, it was damn awesome. New Belgian brewery. They do, what's it called? An artist series or something?
I'm going to be rude and look because I actually have the photo of me with the beer on here, and I think it'll say it on there.
So they do a couple special brews throughout the year. That is part of a series. I don't remember what it's called, but the bottle is. Do you have the picture?
I do, but it doesn't say what the series is called. It says New Belgian Cocoa Mole Spiced Chocolate Porter. Yeah, it's on the other side of the bottle. You can kind of see it right there, but not enough to read what it says.
Lips of Faith series.
Boom.
It is the Lips of Faith series. Anyway, so they do the bottle up a little different. Instead of it being a label that goes on the bottles are actually painted with the label. So it's kind of cool. So this is one that I discovered online. I send you a message.
Yes.
And I say, New Belgium does a Cocoa Mole Porter. To which you reacted by saying,
No, just no.
yeah. We ended up getting it
So why did we end up getting it?
because it was amazing.
No. So Frugal Brutal and Jay have this
Yes.
love romance thing going on the Twitter sphere. And then Frugal Brutal sends me a message saying, "You don't want to try this beer? I'm totally in." Now we knew he was going to be here for Emerald City.
Right. Yeah.
So I bought a bottle for the two of you to try.
Yes.
And then the three of us actually tried it.
And your reaction to it was?
It's better than I thought. Still not great.
I thought it was amazing.
Yes, the two of you thought it was very
Yeah.
good. But I don't like spice in my beer. I didn't like the jalapeno
That's
beers
true.
we've tried.
True.
I don't like spice in my beer.
Okay.
It doesn't belong.
I think the cocoa balanced out the spice well enough that it wasn't too bad. Whereas that jalapeno one that I tried at the
Yeah.
Beer Fest, that was too much.
So I will say, I think the coco mole beer would be really good with food. Like if I had that
Like
with
if I had
some street
cornbread?
tacos, some cornbread, like
Right.
something to set it off with, I think it'd be much better than just sitting down and drinking it.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Thank you.
So we had that. There was a couple different things we tried while we were at the convention. I don't know if you want to go through any of those.
There was none that really blew my socks off. Like I need to keep drinking this.
Yeah.
Big Bot has been my favorite beer that came out this month that I've had. So, yay, Big Bot.
Yeah, big bot.
We don't really have much to touch on as far as Emerald City goes. At least I don't think I do. It was a great show. It was a lot of fun. I didn't get to leave work at all for
No.
Emerald City, so unfortunately, that is all the news I have on that show.
I got to go down to the show floor for about 10 minutes on Sunday before everything started. There was really only one thing I wanted to do, and that was go to Greg Rucka's booth, and he had a couple Lazarus T-shirts there. So I picked up one of each, and that was the only thing that I did outside of what we were doing there. So
All right, well, there goes that fun and adventurous
Right.
time. TV.
TV. So this is hard because I guess I can talk about some stuff that I watched before we went to the con since we didn't record last week. I finished season 1 of The Tudors.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
How do you feel now that the whole season's under your belt?
I'm really enjoying it.
Okay.
I think it's interesting because I never watched the show when it was on because it's over now. They're not making new
Yeah, I
seasons.
think there's only 5 seasons of it.
Yeah. And it started, I want to say like 08, 09, somewhere in there. So it predated Game of Thrones, but it's really similar vein to Game of
Oh,
Thrones.
yeah, absolutely.
So,
A
but
little less violence.
not by much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, there's definitely some stuff going on there. But it's interesting because it's based on the real life of Henry VIII. So it's not just some guy wrote a book and now we're adapting it. It's so the whole first season is has to do with his marriage to Queen Catherine of Spain,
okay.
and then him wanting to get that dissolved so that he could be with Anne Boleyn,
Oh, and
right? Who is played by Natalie Dormer, who is also in Game of Thrones.
she's huge right now.
Yeah.
Like huge.
Yeah. So, no, good though. I really enjoyed it. Other than that, I haven't really been watching too much. I think I'm about 8 or 9 episodes into Empire now. Still good.
Is it?
It is.
I've been holding off. Now that I got a bunch of shows coming up, I'm gonna have a little downtime during the weekends. I was thinking about catching up on Empire.
Yeah. No, it's good. I definitely recommend it.
Okay.
Watched the season finale of Walking Dead on Sunday.
Okay.
It was good. It was one of those things where you're like, oh, is that character about to die? And they just leave it like you think they died, and then they didn't die. Like, so it was good. It was definitely action-packed and worth it for a season finale. And
Very
then that's
cool.
gone for a year. So
I have nothing to say on Walking Dead. I don't know anything
No,
except for Reedus. If Daryl dies, we revolt or something like that.
oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. I think they should kill Chandler Riggs' character.
How funny would that be?
Because no one would see it coming.
No, not at all. Yeah. It's funny. I've been watching some YouTube videos recently from a channel that it doesn't even exist anymore. They stopped. But on one of the episodes, they were at, I want to say Wizard World Toronto or something like that. And this was back from like 2011. So right around first season of Walking Dead. And they interviewed Chandler Riggs. and he is so goddamn young.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where obviously I've watched him grow up over the last 5 years or whatever.
But has it been 5 years in the TV show?
No, it's been like a year.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, at a certain point, they're gonna have to address the fact that he is now a teenager.
Right.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, to see him back when he was like 8 or whatever it was when he first started, I'm like, oh, you were a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been doing the circuit for a long time, and I remember when he was younger. Also, Emily Kinney.
Uh-huh.
How old do you think she is?
Well, that's a trick because I know how old.
Right, but doesn't she look like she's a teenager?
Yeah.
No, she's in her late 20s.
Mhm.
Throws me every time I see her.
Yeah.
No. Also, kind of nice to know that, I'm not.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was funny when we were down in San Francisco a couple months ago. There was all the people that were fanning over Chandler.
Yes.
And I'm like, no, I think he's legal. No, 16.
Yeah, he's still young. He's still young. Nice kid.
Yeah, yeah.
TV for me. Watch the new episode of Fresh Off the Boat,
Okay.
which I love that show.
Yeah. You showed me that show.
Oh, it's so good, and it just keeps getting better
Okay.
and better. The new Bob's Burgers was awesome. Have I talked yet about Last Man on Earth? I think I might have touched on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it bad now?
No.
Really?
It's
How? How is it not the worst thing ever?
so I assumed obviously it was going to be the worst
with
thing
that
ever.
premise, yeah.
In the first 2 episodes were the worst thing ever. And it is absolutely 100% predictable. Like, I know everything that's going to happen as it's going to happen.
Right.
It follows the generic television plot the whole way through. But it is making slight improvements along the way. So it's getting just a hairline better each episode.
Okay.
Where Mulaney just started off strong and got worse
Right,
and
right,
worse and worse. I was like, I'm done with this shit. So I thought was going to happen with Last Man on Earth. No, it keeps getting a little better, a little better, a little better. In fact, this last episode, it wasn't begrudgingly. Like, before I'm like, all right, let's just watch this so we get through it. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, I kind of want to watch it. This time I was like, I do want to watch this episode.
Wow.
Yeah, right? Did not see
Is there
that
like
coming.
subliminal messages that they're putting in there?
They must. Like, there's something about it that is just making me come back. And this last one, I was like, I want to watch this episode.
Okay.
So we did. So we caught up on Last Man on Earth. It's definitely a show you have to binge watch.
Okay.
Because if you just watch the first 2, you're probably not going to keep going through. But if you binge, sometimes when you binge, the season's over, you're
Right.
like, okay, that was better than I thought.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that's going to be the case. I have a feeling that they have the whole first season laid out, and you kind of got to get through it to get that whole thing
Okay.
together.
Okay.
And it was worth it. So far, it's not over yet. I'm trying to think what else I'm caught up on. I think that's it. I haven't had a lot of time for a lot of TV. Last Man on Earth, Bob's Burgers. Fresh Off the Boat is just great every time I think about it. It's so good. The Mother. Oh, I love them all. Okay. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, we were both gone the majority of the
oh.
last week, so
I was gone Wednesday through Monday.
yeah.
And then I leave again tomorrow.
Right. For the northern state.
Oh, the Great White North, folks. I'm going across the wall to Canada.
Okay.
I will be sure to bring a toque. You watch any movies?
I was trying to think. Since we last recorded, I watched Wedding Days, which I don't know if you've seen that one.
No.
I totally had it mixed up in my mind, thinking it was one of the American Pie movies.
Okay.
But that's American Wedding. Yeah. But the thing that was more confusing is that it still had Jason Biggs in it.
Yeah, he has it's contractually obligated to be in bad wedding movies.
Yes. Yeah. So this one, Jason Biggs and Isla Fisher.
Okay, I'm on board right now.
Yeah. The whole plot of the movie is that I'm trying to remember how this goes. She was dating somebody long term, and the guy proposed. Oh, Jason Biggs was married and lost or wasn't married. The opening scene, he proposes to his girlfriend. She has a heart attack and dies at the proposal.
Ooh.
Right?
That is a universal sign to stay single.
Yeah. So he mopes for a year. Which, whatever. He was totally in love with this girl. And then you have Isla Fisher, who has been in a long-term relationship with this guy that she's not super crazy about, but he proposed to her, and she's like, I need time to think about it.
I was hoping he had a heart attack.
No, that'd be great though. So she's a waitress at the restaurant, and then Jason Biggs is eating at the restaurant, and his friend's like, you need to just get back out there and, just get over the girl.
Get on the horse, drive.
The next girl you see, you need to ask out. So Isla Fisher is the waitress. She comes up, and instead of asking her out, he proposes.
Oh, just like straight out proposes.
Just straight out, like, will you marry me? And she's like, yeah.
Wait a minute. So she's supposed to be debating another engagement?
Yeah, she doesn't want to marry the guy.
And
her parents love the guy.
So instead, she marries Jason Biggs.
Yeah, so it's this whole thing where they're engaged and they're going to get married, but obviously they don't know anything about each other, so it's all the ins and outs of them getting to know each other and da-da-da. Kind of a fun movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So worth watching then?
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix, I'm guessing?
I got it on DVD from Netflix.
Okay.
So it's not on streaming, but it's on DVD.
So I did get 2 movies from Netflix I'm looking forward to watching.
Okay.
Box Trolls.
Yep.
Because I started the first 15. I didn't get to finish it. Yeah. So I'm like, I can move that to queue number 1. I want Box Trolls. And then I also got The Maze Runner. I know you watched it.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see what it is. Everyone's telling me that John Wick was really good. The Keanu Reeves movie.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that. Funny thing about that movie, the 2 guys that, I can't remember if it's 2 guys that wrote it or 2 guys directed it, were former Keanu Reeves stuntmen.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Which, to be a Keanu Reeves stuntman, you just stand there and go, oh.
Dude.
And then, like, slowly move to miss a bullet.
Yeah. Pretend to surf for a bit.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you realize that they relaunched the Bill and Ted comic book?
Yeah, I saw that.
And have you read it?
No.
Yeah, of course not. No one has. It's not going anywhere.
Right.
Speaking of comic books, oh, hello, lovelies. I have a whole stack of you right here.
Before we go through what we have, can we have a drink in upcoming memory of a book that we both love that we've got tragic news about?
Why, Jay, I don't want to do it on camera. Okay. I'm going to be strong.
So you sent me a message today? Yesterday. Saying, did you know that Alex and Ada ends at issue 15? I'm at work when you sent me this. So
like a kick to the nuts.
I literally stopped for a minute. And I think my response to you was, what the shit? God damn it. And I looked it up, and apparently this was announced back in December, and we missed it.
It's like... So I came on board at, like, what, issue 8 or 9?
Yeah.
Maybe even 10.
Maybe.
And I went and bought all the back issues.
Yeah, because you had bought a trade and then decided, no, I'm going to go buy all the singles.
So I read all the single issues in one sitting. It's like I fell in love, I proposed, and she had a heart attack.
Right?
Whoa. Full circle. Okay. Coincidence,
there we
right?
go.
God, it broke my heart. Now it's going to be over in 2 months?
Yeah. So, and that's the thing is I was like, oh, fuck, 15 issues, that's it. And then I went home and I pulled out the latest issue I had and realized that it was already at issue 13. And I'm like, damn, 2 more, that's it. 2 more.
So we have our stipulations on how it's going to end.
Right. There's only a handful of ways that it could possibly go.
A handful of ways. We both agree it is going to end with one of the 2 dying.
Yeah. I'm assuming, because I've seen movies, that Alex will be in mortal peril and Ada will jump in to protect him, and in the process, she will be obliterated.
Yes. 99% sure that's what's going to happen.
Right.
On a flip side, what I think would be cool, but I don't think it's going to happen, is since he has the prime intelligence, Alex uploads his consciousness and he dies, but he's with Ada consciously forever.
Right.
Which probably not going to happen.
What if they RoboCop him?
Whoa!
That one's out of left field, but what if?
Like it's just his one arm, heart, liver, brain, and then android?
Yeah.
And you and I both agree. If the last issue ends with them just legalizing the androids and everything being okay, I will probably
that's a jump the shark.
Walk into a comic book store, literally drop a bomb, and just be like, fuck it, I'm out. I'm going Sue style and just blowing it all up. Read issue 13. That's a reference, guys.
Yes, it is. Okay, so now what do you have over there?
I have Guardians of the Galaxy Best Story Ever #1. That is the title.
Are you kidding me?
It's not an ongo. It's just a single one-off, single story. Cyclops, Star Wars Kanan, The Last Padawan, The Uncanny Inhumans, Avengers, The Amazing Spider-Man, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, G.I. Joe, Wonder Woman, Earth 2 World's End, Batman and Robin Annual, Teen Titans Annual, Sinestro Annual, and they're all annuals because now Convergence has begun. So I have Convergence number 0. In the book, I will review and discuss the new 52 Futures End issue 48.
Okay. Before I get to mine, I want to make a point to you because I just remembered this. So you know how we were talking about Spider-Verse a bit ago and how much it was just ridiculous?
Yeah.
I saw an ad in one of my comics, Magneto, that I read over the weekend, advertising that Spider-Verse continues in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon series.
Yeah, but it's only one.
But still, just give it a fucking rest, Marvel.
So, because that animated Spider-Man was in the Spider-Verse comic.
Sure.
So, I'm okay with that.
The event's done.
Let them have one more, man. They just wanted to go on that roller coaster one last time before Secret Wars.
That's like there's still a fallout of Original Sin being published.
Oh, there is, though.
Yeah.
There is. Also, another tangent. After Secret Wars, they're talking about putting the X-Men in their own universe.
Yeah, I saw that.
What the fuck? Like, I'm assuming that's blown out of proportion, and we'll see really what happens after Secret War. But,
I know.
But did you see that they are bringing back the 1990s Jim Lee cartoon X-Men?
Oh, yeah,
in comic book form?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right?
Why not?
I'm in. So,
Totally.
I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Your pulls.
So this is what I got from this week. Batman Eternal, number 52, the final fucking issue of this shit, finally. Took a year.
Yeah, that's how that worked. Like,
No,
you knew that going into it.
Right, but still.
Okay.
It's a long year. There was like 52 weeks in that year.
Oh, that is a long year. Could you imagine if it was a leap year and you had 53 issues?
God. Now, do you think they would have done it as like a 0.1?
Oh, maybe.
How do you think they would have done that?
I don't know, because New Futures End had a 0 issue and then 1 through 48.
Right.
Mm.
Speaking of 0 issues, I also got Convergence number 0. I like that segue there.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Smooth. They didn't even see it coming.
It's broadcasting ability right there,
Right.
folks.
I should be on like the nightly news. Hey, I hear the Late Show needs somebody. Or not the Late Show, the Tonight. What the Daily Show?
The Daily Show does need somebody.
Actually, they just
Do
hired
you want
somebody.
Who'd they hire?
Taurus Smith.
Who?
Yeah, he was apparently a Daily Show correspondent.
Oh,
Hadn't been around too long, but he got the job.
all right. That's gonna tank.
This is my favorite thing every time something like that comes out in the news. Is within an hour of them announcing that, I got a message from Twitter saying like half of my Twitter followers were now following that guy. I'm like, oh, because he wasn't cool enough before, but now that
he's cool.
Now that he's anchoring a comedy
the new
show.
Jon Stewart.
Right. So I got Graveyard Shift number 4, final issue of that. I picked up The Dying and the Dead 1 and 2. It's a Jonathan Hickman book, an independent book. I tend to like his independent books more than I like his take on
That's fair.
established characters. The Names number 8 and Wonder Woman number 40.
Awesome. So the one thing you don't get with Wonder Woman that I got is this super cool movie variant cover.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah. I have the digital.
I've really been loving all their movie variant covers. They've been a lot of fun.
I got the I finally went and picked up like 3 weeks of books from the shop yesterday, and I got the Green Lantern Corps movie variant cover.
Sure.
I got the Supergirl variant cover. Which
the Wizard of Oz one is
I
fantastic.
love that. So, yeah, the movie variants are good.
Yes, they are. Futures End, it's the last issue, which bleeds into Convergence, much like all the other books, especially Earth 2 World's End. They all bleed into Convergence. When we left off, Terry McGinnis died, which I won't lie to you, that, even though I saw it coming, hit me hard.
Okay.
Like, hard. I've been with that character. Like, I've loved Batman Beyond. I own the huge deluxe box set. I own the limited edition, only 100 made action figure. I own every comic ever published Batman Beyond. Like, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in. I mean, he's no Nightwing, but you get what I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
So it starts off with him going back to the future as Tim Drake, now
Okay.
the new Batman Beyond, and he thinks it worked out. Turns out didn't.
Oh.
Brother Eye ended up still taking control. So the whole thing was him being confronted by Brother Eye, trying to get away from them, and a couple of the heroes who survived were able to get him away from Brother Eye. And then he decides he's going to go back in time again because now they realize that it can happen. The very last page is his girlfriend saying, "Brother, I won." And the moon has a big eye on it.
Oh.
And he goes, "The hell he has. Not yet." Now,
Okay.
obviously, it's the same eye, Brother Eye. We've been seeing the same eye in Convergence.
Right.
And we saw the same eye in Earth 2 World's End. So we know it's Brainiac related.
Yes.
We also know that Brainiac kind of gave the idea of Brother Eye and everything to Mr. Fantastic. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Terrific.
Right. Yeah, a little bit of difference.
Slight difference. So I'm really interested to see where it's happening. I like a lot of the Convergence titles that are coming out. I get after it's all done, a lot of things are going to change. I'm fine with that. I'm still looking forward to Convergence because some of the stories I'm just like, that sounds so messed up. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Like, have I talked about the Titans one yet? I believe I have.
I think so.
I'll touch on it again for those of you who haven't heard it. So before New 52 happened, Justice League, essentially what happened is Roy Harper, Arsenal, lost his arm. Prometheus killed his daughter,
Oh, yeah.
cut off his
Yeah,
arm.
I know what you're...
He goes back to heroin. Like, shit gets off the rails. So in one of the Convergence titles, Starfire and Donna Troy go to check up on him to see how he's doing, and they see him holding his daughter alive.
Right.
So he took the daughter from one of the other universes and is now keeping her as his daughter. It's like, that is messed up beyond all sorts of world. I can't wait to read it.
Also, I'm excited to see my version of Donna Troy back.
Oh, you mean...
Not the shit that's happening in Wonder Woman.
Did you also... So, I wasn't going to bring this up to you, but now you brought it up.
Okay.
So you opened this door. You guys justify. He opened this door. After Convergence, it has been solicited that Donna Troy is still going to be hunting Wonder Woman. And essentially her whole thing is to destroy Wonder Woman. Yep, see? So what'd you read? Tell me about Batman Eternal.
So, Batman Eternal's finally fucking over. And this issue wraps up even the stupid little storylines that were in there, like with the Spectre and Batwing dealing with demons and shit that made no sense and didn't fit into anything else. Don't know why it was there. If you remember 2 issues ago, Clue Master revealed himself to be the big architect of this whole plan that happened.
Or was he?
Well, at the end of last issue, I can't think of his name now. Bruce Wayne's brother.
Thomas Wayne.
No, that's his father.
I thought he went by Thomas Wayne Jr.
No.
So when he was revealed in the Court of Owls, he did go by Thomas Wayne Jr.
Yes, but he had another name.
Yeah, he has a real name. Yes.
Yeah, which I don't remember off the top of my head. Anyways, turns out he was kind of maybe more in charge of things than Clue Master was. So this issue starts out, it flashes back a couple months, and you see Stephanie Brown calling her dad, which is Clue Master, all afraid because she's hearing noise outside. She's like, "Do you think Batman will save me? Batman always saves me, or saves people." She doesn't know that he's Clue Master at this point.
Right.
So he gets all pissed off, and he gets off the phone, and he walks into the headquarters of the Court of Owls to ask for their help to put this plan into motion. Well, he walks in to find that they're all sitting at the table dead because Thomas Wayne Jr., who was an owl, killed them all.
Talon, as it's called.
Yeah, a Talon killed them all. So he's like, well, maybe I can help you. I just inherited all of these people's money.
Right.
So that's how Clue Master puts his plan into place. That's how he financed the whole thing. Flash forward, you find Clue Master was killed at the end of the last issue, and now Batman and his brother are in this big fight.
His alleged brother, please.
His alleged brother,
Thank
yes. The police are still trying to figure out how to put the city out because the entire thing's on fire. All of the Bat allies end up coming into play to help, as well as a bunch of the actual criminals. Because Jim Gordon got on a loudspeaker and said, "Hey, we're all one city. We all need to stand up and fix this shit." So ultimately, that's how Batman wins, is with the help of the entire city of Gotham. There's a bunch of bat signals.
Okay.
Because apparently that rallies the troops.
Sure.
I don't know.
Every Gothamite has their own bat signal.
Yeah. At the end of the fight with Batman and Thomas Wayne Jr., it actually ends up being Stephanie Brown that knocks him out,
Okay.
which I don't like at all.
I don't like that at all either.
No.
I
So-
know she's a fan favorite and everybody wants her to become into the new 52 and blah, 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 blah. I don't care.
Yeah. So she gives the knockout punch. He's kind of groggy. He looks up, and all of the Bat allies are there, pretty much saying, "I dare you to move. We'll kill you."
Which one is not there?
I don't know. Other than Dick Grayson.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, because he's still undercover. He can't just be like, hold up, guy with the weird swirly face. I need to hop over to Gotham for something. But I swear I'm on your side.
Just would have been nice.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. And then there's an epilogue where the Commissioner Bard agrees to write his own confession, pretty much, and say, yeah, I did this. Batman and Catwoman have a little thing. Catwoman saying, we're done. And yeah, it's just wrap up of all these stupid little things. So pretty much,
I'm sorry, Harper Lee and Tim?
Harper and Tim have been hanging out.
Okay.
They're not together. They've been hanging out, although there's the panel here where Stephanie seems to kind of have a thing for Tim.
Well, yeah, you knew that was inevitable.
Yeah. And then it ends with Thomas Wayne Jr. He escaped, actually. 'Cause
Not
that's what
shockingly,
happens.
yeah.
He gets abducted by the Court of Owls, and they freeze him.
Huh,
That's
okay.
it. So, really, Cluemaster was the architect behind everything, and Thomas Wayne Jr. just paid for it.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I won't lie, I'm still going to read the whole thing in trade.
Yeah, no, go for it. Just don't be surprised when you find out how much it sucks. I just spent $150 on that.
And yeah, I can just get it in 2 trades for $45. Well, with my Barnes & Noble discount and a couple Barnes & Noble coupons. But you get my point, guys. That's it for this week. Unless you have something else you want to hit on, brother?
No, I think I'm good.
In which case, we'll be back to our regular scheduled time next week. Good night.
See ya.